All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call it to order tonight, 6 p.m. The land acknowledgement. At the town of Trenton, we acknowledge that we are in Mi'kmaq, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. This land is governed by the treaties of peace and friendship, first signed by the Mi'kmaq. We reside in the Pictou First Nation, which is governed by a chief and 5 council. Right? So can I have an approval of the agenda, please?
I'll make that motion.
I will second.
We're moving in a second. Are any changes to the agenda, ladies and gentlemen? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. So approval of the minutes, regular council minutes from November 12, 2024. Right? Are there any corrections or errors to note? Hearing none, the minutes are approved. Let's move on to reports. Public Works report. Motion to approve the public.
I approve.
All right, we have a motion from Stephanie. Councilor Stephanie, can I have a second?
A second. Scott can second. I'll back up.
Okay, Scott. All right. Any errors and omissions in that report or any questions on the report? Hearing none. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried. The water report.
I'll make a motion to accept.
Scott Cameron seconds. Right. Any questions on the water report? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried. The fire report.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Can I have a seconder?
I'll second.
Councilor O'Donnell. All right. Any questions on the fire report? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Parks and Recreation report.
I'll make a motion to accept.
A second.
All right. Nicole and Stephanie. Any questions on the Parks and Recreation report? Nicole.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I beat you. Oh,
right, Councilor.
yeah. A question around, so under the community fund application, which sounds awesome with the social marketing and rebranding of wayfinding signage. Love that they're supporting local with the design too, which is great. Will we have a chance to see that before it's approved for, and is that replacing any that are on the trails, like the You Are Here with the full trail map, or?
It is going to be updating current trail signage.
Okay, so existing ones, you mean they're there, so,
Yes.
okay.
Yes, and updating those. But I can definitely reach out to Craig, and if he could forward a draft copy of what their proposed changes
just
are
be
going
cool
to be,
to
just so
see.
council can see that before it's implemented.
Cool, okay, that's all, thank you.
Yeah, my question is on the same thing, but it's the revitalization of the former campground into a family picnic and activity park.
Right.
Is that something that's written in stone, or?
Honestly, it was just to temporarily used unused space. So it was just setting up some games, some picnic tables, because we have this grassed area, a green space that seasonal employees maintain, and can we utilize that while it's there? So it's not being used for anything right now. So it's just something that's very temporary, and families can come in with their children and set up a picnic and play some games. So
It's something that if we do go ahead with trying to revitalize camping, it's not something that would interfere.
not at all. This is completely temporary. Just trying to utilize unused space.
Any other questions on the Parks and Recreation report? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. The police report.
Make a motion to approve.
Johnny Cullen,
A second.
second by Nicole. Any questions on the police report?
One question. I won't be long tonight. I've asked it before, but asking again for just a better format.
Right.
I just find them again, we've done it before, unless you're actually looking at last month's council package to compare if things are we having an issue in one particular area? Are there things that we should be doing? Like, it's just hard to read because it's very much I find like a policing format, which I feel is fine, but I'm not a police officer or trained. Even just like a summary, like just a quick paragraph of things that are noted, or even good things that are happening, or things that are like that would be helpful in a little bit more friendlier format.
Okay. Maybe I'll reach out to you
Yeah.
so that you can provide more context of exactly what you're looking for, so I can forward that to the police chief. Because I did talk to Police Chief Leal about this. I know that it's the same format they use in Glasgow as well to the council, and administration themselves summarize that within their committee of the whole and council meeting notes. So, we can forward.
I can put an email form, or even if you want to put who's our police? Is it you?
That's me, yeah.
I can even send in an email form maybe what I'm looking for, and that can be brought forward to either police commission meeting or just sent to Chief Leal.
Right, probably just best to Chief Leal because it's
Yeah.
more of an open format
Okay.
for both towns and what's happening.
Perfect.
Or even notes from the minutes of the police commission board meetings, because that is more of a community format, talking about what's going on in the community and what engagement they're doing in the community. Maybe that's more of what you're looking for.
Or even a breakdown of this, like when it just says rate, like what the rates are. Some of them are here. There's a reported incident, but the rate's 0 and actual. Like maybe just an understanding of like what these numbers are that are on here.
Okay, so for example, you have traffic offenses, and there's 3 reported traffic offenses for provincial traffic offenses.
It's just even, yeah, and again, like, are there ongoing things that we're having issues with that we should be looking at? Like, I know the dog act's there and there's one. Does that line up with what the animal control report has, or municipal bylaws, other has 3, so is there something that we should be looking at from like a policy perspective?
I know that Chief Leal would reach out if there were any issues. He's never notified us in the sense that there is an issue with activity that's going on in Trenton.
Yeah.
But I think it's best for a conversation,
Okay.
so we have a better understanding of how to clarify that to Chief Leal.
Okay.
And there's no animal control report.
Any other questions on the police report? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We do not have an animal control report, so we're just gonna move right on to committee reports. The Pictou County Shared Service Authority report.
That's just the summary of your meeting.
Yeah, and again, ladies and gentlemen, that's just a summary of the meeting that I was at, so if you have any questions, fire away. Right? Hearing none? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Mayors and Wardens meeting. Any questions on the Mayors and Wardens meeting? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. We have from information only the Health Pictou County report, all right? Are there any questions pertaining to that report? Pretty quick report, you asked me too, so
Mm-hmm.
some good work being done. All in favor of that report, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. So we're going on to new business, resolution 2024-12-10, Code of Conduct for Municipal Elected Officials. Alana, you want to read that for us, please?
Yes, thank you, Mayor Duff. Whereas the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing for the province of Nova Scotia has made the Code of Conduct for Municipal Elected Officials regulations, whereas municipalities are required to adopt the Model Code of Conduct prescribed by the regulations on or before December 19th, 2024, pursuant to Section 4.1 of the regulations and Section 23A of the Municipal Government Act. Therefore, be it resolved that the Council of the Municipality of the Town of Trenton hereby adopt the Model Code of Conduct as set forth in Schedule A to the regulations, which shall be titled the Code of Conduct for Elected Officials of Town of Trenton.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but we were sent that code of conduct, I don't know, about 4 or 5 weeks ago. I don't know the exact date on it. So anybody have any questions on the resolution? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried. The street closure policy. Can we have a motion to approve the street closure policy? We just
I'll move
chatted.
that.
So moved. Scott?
I'll second.
Seconded by Stephanie. Any questions on the street closure policy? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. So the council and the committee of the whole meetings, the original set were readjusted. Does everybody have those readjusted?
Yes.
Yes.
The only two dates that were changed, Mary Lou, were next, or,
November 11th
yeah,
and September 30th for committee of the whole.
committee of the whole, right, so we changed the dates to November 10th and September 29th, right?
Correct.
Which makes them Monday meetings as opposed to Tuesdays,
Correct.
right? Any questions on the schedule for meetings for 2025? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. We have a resolution, 202-12-10-B, Growth and Revival for Infrastructure Development Funding, 7th Street Sewer Separation, Phase 2. Elena, please read that for us.
Thank you, Mayor Dove. Whereas the province of Nova Scotia is providing funding through their Growth and Renewal for Infrastructure Development Program for municipal infrastructure projects, and whereas the town of Trenton will be completing Phase 1 of a sewer separation project along 7th Street, Trenton, in December 2024, this funding will allow the project to continue to Phase 2 and extend upgrades to storm sewer infrastructure from 7th Street to Dickey Street. The purpose of the extension is to collect storm water, which is currently collected by the wastewater combined sanitary collection system. Therefore, be it resolved that the Council of the Municipality of Town of Trenton hereby approve the funding application to the Growth and Renewal for Infrastructure Development Program.
Any questions on the resolution? All in favor of the resolution?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
So we
Motion
need a mover and a seconder for the
Oh,
resolution.
I'm sorry. So I need a mover for that resolution. I'm
Yes,
sorry,
please.
guys. All right,
Um,
Stephanie, right?
Second.
Donnie?
Thank you.
Right, so I'll just go back through this again. All in favor of the resolution, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, Mary Lou. We're moving on to the Ship Hector Society, and I'm going to get Orlando to present the details to council, right?
So I'm going to give a copy of this. So as noted in the mayor's and warden meeting notes for November 25th, there was a presentation from members of the Ship Hector Society. Oh, you have a copy, I gave you that. So they presented and they did come with an ask. And it's not something that we need to decide on immediately, but I'm just going to read a little bit from their letter that they presented at the same time. So the launch of the Ship Hector is anticipated for July 12th of 2025, so next summer. Post-launch, they will continue to transform the dockside attraction into a fully operational replica of an 18th century passenger sailing vessel with a full readiness by summer of 2027. So they're going to be offering sailing tours, educational experiences. The society will provide direct jobs in the form of ship's crew, trade instructors, and interpretive center staff. These sailing tours and educational experiences are estimated to increase visitation to Pictou County by 3,300 people in its first full year of operation, and well over 4,500 visitors by year 5. And the economic spin-off of this increased tourism is projected to exceed over $1.2 million annually, benefiting local businesses, attracting new ones, and increasing local tax revenue. So with the final leg of their fundraising campaign, they are looking for the support of the 6 Pictou County municipalities. They're asking the town of Trenton, Stellarton, New Glasgow, Westville, and the county to match what the municipality of Pictou County and the town of Pictou have already confirmed a donation of $10,000 each. So they're looking for that ask of the other towns, and if that is too much, a smaller amount would still be appreciated. But in the interim, they are willing to come to council and present and talk about what I just passed out as their presentation at that Mayors and Warden meeting, so you can ask questions and see what their vision is for the next stage in their the growth on the dock in Pictou. So I guess is council willing to meet with them and discuss if we could work with them and maybe contribute to this?
I'd like to hear a little more.
Yeah.
I like the presentation, 'cause one of the,
Is that 10,000 like over 5 years or something?
No, so the municipality of Pictou County and the town of Pictou have both confirmed 10,000 each, but they're not making that contribution until next budget year. So it would be an ask for our next budget year, next fiscal year, beginning in April 1st. So and it doesn't have to be 10,000. They would appreciate any donation. But they would like to see a confirmation of what that would look like this year, and we could budget for it for next year. So we could meet with them and ask them to come and present to council, so you could ask questions, and then we could have a discussion on if you'd be willing to donate to that project and what that amount would look like, if you want to take those steps forward.
yeah,
And again, just from my personal perspective, the presentation was spot on, right? I mean, what they're looking for is it's not a great ask. It might be a little much for the town of Trenton, but to have these guys come in and make the presentation that I saw down there at the Mayors and Warden, well worth the effort. I mean, just sitting down, it didn't take that long, 15 minutes?
Yes.
Right, so I mean, 15 minutes of your time, right? And I think you'll be impressed enough that you'll make some form of donation, whatever that is. We don't need to do anything, there's no motion to be made,
No.
so we'll schedule a
Yeah.
meeting sometime
Yes.
in January, February,
Yes.
right, March, right, before our budget, and we can make a decision at that time. So.
I usually would support things like that, because it seems like every town has an attraction that brings tourists in. I know when I lived at West, there was always a town had just think of the town of Bicycle in Alberta. They have the world's biggest gopher museum, things like that, right? And it brings people in, and it
Right.
does pay off.
And then we also want to look at, it would be considered the wharf, the dockside attractions in the town of Pictou are regional assets. You know, when we went through our revitalization of our park, the other towns considered that a regional asset, and that's why they were willing to contribute to that project, so.
Mhm.
So it's important to see if we can help as well.
Right. Kind of return the favor somewhat, but
And again,
Oh.
Donnie, anything that happens in the town of Pictou is likely gonna be good for the town of
Yeah.
Trenton too, so, right,
Right.
at the end of the day. So we don't need a motion for anything here, just for information purposes, we'll get these guys in here early in the new year, right, to present to council, and we can make a decision then, right? Well, okay, we don't have to go into in-camera, but we can go around the room, right? Start with me, Councilor Steffen.
Yes, we do have it in camera, very quick.
Okay.
I would just like to report back in
Oh, back in November 20th, I attended the Community Connections lunch event at the Ignite on Wednesday, November 20th. I learned about the volunteer matching program created by the Pictou County Partnership. Their goal is to offer newcomers a true welcoming community hug to help them feel at home in the place they've chosen as their new home. So if anyone's looking to become a volunteer in this type of event or community connections with this program, you can reach out to pictoucounty.com. That's everything.
Councillor Campbell.
I don't know where we've heard it, but the library has a little food bank, and I might have a line on some donations. Would they accept it, or?
Yes, you can reach out directly to the library. So non-perishable items is what they collect.
Okay.
And so they actually purchase that small food pantry and keep it stocked. And Rhonda Rayfuse with Humble Harvest is a big contributor to that food pantry as well.
Okay, I'll get in touch with them.
Anything else, Scott?
Oh, that's it.
Oh, we'll wait to you then, Nicole.
I just want to thank everyone who did the tree lighting night. I know the town did a good job with the thank yous on the post, so that was really nice. It's nice to see people using the skate park already, even though it's freezing out, so I think that's great. And I just want to make a plug. Tomorrow night at Ignite from 5 to 6:30, there's New to the Crew social. So it's something we lead through Healthy Pictou County. It's open to anyone new to the community or anyone from the community who wants to welcome newcomers. We usually put a poster out for 3 months in advance. So the next one in January is at River Run, and then February is at Simply Golf in Westville. But it's catered by Past Assault tomorrow night, and it's going to be really good. So if anyone wants to come out and meet some new folks, we'll be at the Ignite space from 5 to 6:30. That's all.
Councillor Coleman.
Yeah, well, here we are on month 2. I was a little confused when we got started. I'm like, when is this going to kick in? But my calendar is filling up very quickly.
Feedback.
So just some of the things that I've been attending. Had a meeting with the fire department. Myself and Stephanie attended, and it was great to just get in with their meeting and chat with the members, and just want to thank them for hosting the tree lighting and with the Santa and the hot chocolate, and the library for getting books for the kids. I went to the Pictou County Partnership social gathering. I had a really, I didn't really know what that was about, and Wayne's a CAO, and he gave me a rundown of what they do and how they support businesses in town. Man, that was, I'll definitely be following up with them. That was a great little presentation. I showed up late, but he gave me just a quick overview of what they do. And the site selection meeting for the school, that Scott and Pat Dunn really put a lot of effort into getting that done. And I think you did a good job chatting with them, with the selection committee. So thanks for your efforts on that. And the Glasgow Police Committee meeting, Chief Ryan Leal gave a very detailed update of what the police are dealing with in the county and the training they're taking. Yeah, it's a lot more than you think that they're what they go through. Anyway, just in the brief hour that I attended this meeting, there's quite a bit to his presentation. And I'm glad to see the new concerns page on the Town of Trenton website. I had one user that texted me that said they couldn't submit a picture to the website, and I emailed Mary Lou, and Robin had the bandwidth increased within the hour so that you could submit higher resolution pictures. If there's any concerns, anything happening in town that's a safety concern, you can take a picture of it and send it directly to the town, and town staff can send it directly to the appropriate department. And that was I was pretty impressed at how quick that came together. So Anyway, that's all I have.
Thanks, Tony. I think I might have to go first.
Yeah.
I don't want to repeat it. I will say that I did attend the NSFM conference in Halifax, and again, if you get an opportunity to go, there's lots of information down there, and the networking is absolutely outstanding. Right, so you get to meet some new people. Right, I met a couple of councillors from Halifax, and they have like $150,000 in discretional spending in their budget per councillor. I just kind of shook my head at that, but anyway. But as a whole, the town is running well. I will add one thing about the skate park. I've noticed a lot of the kids don't have any helmets on, right? I don't know where the town's liability starts and begins, but, right, you know, if one of them falls and bangs a head because they don't have a helmet on, and we're aware of the situation, then maybe we should do something to fix it. But otherwise, this is our last meeting of the year. Merry Christmas to some, and I guess happy holidays to others, and, you know, and I hope you have all a great new year, right? Hope it's prosperous. I hope you're all healthy in the new year, and we'll see you in January, right?
Yeah.
I need a motion to adjourn.
Thank you. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're going into in-camera, right? I need a motion to go in-camera.
Motion.
Scotty Cameron, right?
I'll second.
Second by Steph, right? We're in camera, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Yes, she's going to.